For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications. In this video session, we are going to see the introduction to the CLI command line. Okay, how the CLI is works. Okay, now when I have the suppose say most of the environments would be like this. Like I have a one Linux box. Okay, which is located somewhere in other location or other country. Okay, suppose say I'm in India. Okay, but this server is located somewhere in US or China somewhere. Okay, so when I want to access this box, okay, how you can access using this box. Okay, you can just use the some of the tools to connect this remote box. Okay, like most of the environments we use putty. Okay, this putty is used to establish the connection to the server. Okay, the server will be establish this connection from India. Okay, like how the connection is established. The connection is established using the SSH service. Okay, whenever you connect to the server, so it would be going from India to US or India to China. Okay, and it will be connecting to the SSH service using the 22 port number. Okay, now what it will do is again connecting the session from putty here like this. Okay, this is the example. Okay, whenever you connect like this, okay, whenever you connect, you will get the window like this. Okay, so after getting the connection, so what it will do is it will just login as, it will ask you for the login as username. Whatever the username you have the permission to log into that box, you have to type that one. And again it will ask you for the password. What is the password you have mentioned? Okay, then it will log into the box. After login to the box, what you will get is this prompt, you will get it. Okay, because I have logged in as a root, so I'm getting this hash prompt. Okay, whenever you get this hash prompt, which is mean that you have logged in as a super user or a root user, I can say administrator. Okay, so whenever you logged in to this box, okay, as any other user, suppose I mean to say that in this I have some other user called Ravi. Okay, whenever you logged in as a other user, okay, the prompt you will get like this, which is dollar symbol, is the normal user which does not have any root privileges or the administrator privileges. Yeah, you may have the privileges. Maybe you can use some other commands to do that. Okay, we are not going to into the detail. Okay, so but what is this prompt says? Okay, this prompt says is whatever this prompt is user. Okay, what is the user you have logged in? It says the user @ is the symbol. Whenever you separated for the field separator, you will get it here. And whatever the server you connected, that server name should show here. Okay, this is called server name. Okay, this tilde symbol you can able to say the symbol is called tilde. Okay, this tilde shows that a home directory of the user, home of user. Okay, this is the way the prompt will show like this in the command prompt. Okay, so when you connect to the remote session, so what happens? Okay, what happens is defaultly in this profile there is the 3 4 files which will immediately whenever you log into your server, so which will be executed in your profile. Okay, this is called bash rc file. What is the default RESS and every the profile related things will be executed, and bash profile, the profile, and whenever you log out from the bash, this bash logout will be executed, and bash history, whatever the commands you execute, it will save into the history. These are the 4 files will execute whenever you log into the Linux box using the command line or a command line. Okay, so now bash as is executed, and this is the things. And now what it will do is, whenever the user is logged in, it will load the shell in the sense whatever the shell. We can see that using the /etc shells is the command. So these are the shells I have installed in this Linux box. These are the shells I can able to use of it. Okay, what is this shell shares? Okay, all the cells is the same. Okay, most of the functionalities will be same, but the functionalities of their will be little bit different compared to the one and all. Okay, this bash shell is the backbone shell, and which will be most of the environments which will be default. Before these versions, SSH is the default version. Okay, now no login in the sense user have the existing into this Linux box, but this user which has no login cannot be login from using the remote. Okay, this and this is the most of the things same, and this is the same, because this bin bash will be executed for the user, and this bin bash is executed for the user. Okay, what are the set the environment variables you set, that will be executed. Okay, this sbin will be executed, this sbin will be executed for only the super users. Okay, and th and this will be like the chs, in the sense the who knows the C++ languages, they will use this is. Okay, because why the C, what is the difference CSH and bash? Okay, most of the environments when you execute in a C language or kind of stuff, you have to use the CSH, and when you wanted to use other things, you can just use the bash. Okay, but this CSH, when you write some script in the CSH C language or something like that, but you cannot execute into the CSH. You can execute maximum all the 99% of the commands what is there in the CSH, it will be executed in the bash, but some of the parameters and some of the lengths are different compared to the CSH and bash. Okay, that is why most flexible for C language is CSH, and the bash shell and some other things, the bash will be the things. Okay, so when you wanted to change your shell, you can just use sh and it will go into the shell. Okay, echo, I can just say that $0, it will show you the which shell you are into. From this shell you can go into the other shell. Okay, now I am into the bash shell. Okay, you can just use $0 to say what is the shell you are using. Okay, now this is this method is having little bit tricky here. Okay, when I logged into my box and I have opened the bash, and when I switch to the sh, it will open one more sh terminal, and when I switch back again in from the sh, I went to the bash shell again. So in this window I am executing some commands. Okay, this will be not represented into this history. Okay, when you execute the commands in this one, okay, this will be not saved into this or this. Okay, so in order to come back from the shells, okay, you have to do the exit, and I came to the sh and exit, I came back to the bash. What you have to do is most of the Linux environments, okay, we have the manual pages and the man pages, the how to run the commands and how the command will be executed, and every options will be given in the Linux environment. Okay, which will be path is /user /local, okay, /share and docs. Okay, here all the files, okay, the man pages will be stored here, and from here we can just get the help and how the command can be run, and we can just run the commands, and we can just run the man pages, and you can see the from that, and you can run the commands, take the help from that. Okay, so in order to do that, you can just see man-ls, man space ls. So it's saying that it's giving the all the information about the ls command. Okay, ls in the bracket 1, and this is the user command. Okay, ls, what it will do is place to directory contents and all the options about the this one. Okay, list information about the files, the current directory by default, because when you provide the directory path, it will list the directory path, or when you run the ls, where is your current directory, it will show you that list. Okay, now man pages will see you the content, but in this man pages there are different categories exist. Okay, so whenever you suppose say, let's go here man ls. Okay, when you see this man ls, and you can able to see here that man-ls in the bracket, you are able to see the 1, what the 1 says that. Okay, and in like this we have any 8-9 categories in the man pages. Let's see how what are they and how they help us. Okay, so now let's see the man pages here. In this man pages, okay, what you have is when you get in the bracket 1, so which is the executable programs or shell commands. Okay, in the sense the all the shell commands, the category comes under 1. Okay, 2 in the sense system calls, whenever you run the any commands or anything, so which will call to the kernel and give the kernel, and how it will execute the commands. That's how the category 2 is. And library call is number 3, and special files in the sense is /dev, /dev in the /dvd, /cd-roms. Those are the file callers and special files. Okay, file formats and conversations examples like the /etc/password. Okay, this category comes under the 5. Okay, and games category comes under 6, and some of the miscellaneous and micro packages conversions will come into the 7, and most of the our system administration commands will come to the 8. In the sense, all the administration commands which you are executing using the root, which comes under the category 8, and kernel routines. Okay, there is no standard for this, which will come under the 9. Okay, this is how the man pages are and the files are categorized using in the man pages. Okay, so the how you will get the help, you can just go to the man, type the a followed by the command. You can see, just now I wanted to show you the password command. Okay, password command is the 1. Okay, which is also user utilities command. Okay, now I wanted to see the user add command. Okay, which is coming from the 8. Okay, here you can see that it is coming from the 8, in the sense which is the system management commands and administration commands. Okay, so this is how you can get the help from the command line. Also, you can also get using the pinfo. Okay, and provide your command name, and which is also give you the nice page format. Okay, you can come down and go up, and this is how the pinfo will work. Same like the man pages, but which is give you the little bit coloring and all in the page info. Okay, in order to come back, you can just press Q, and you can also get the help from the using the info command. Okay, info command will give you the detailed information about the command. So these info have the some different menus. Okay, all the commands which will be categorized like which files are listed. This is the categories. Okay, this ls file will do these things, in the sense the which can do which files are listed, information listed, shorting, details about versions, and these are the things can be done by the ls command. So this is the different way to see the information about this command. Okay, now you can also get the short direct information like the using the -help command, so which is also give you the same as like the man pages, but which will be like short, not the detailed info, but which is also give you the most like the all the information about the command. Okay, you can also get help command name, and just you can see the varies command name, and this will give you the where from where the command is executing. Okay, if you know these paths like the slash bin, slash bin and things, if you you can just know that okay, this is the user command, okay, this is the administration command. Okay, so that is also you can just see, and you can also see what is ls, and this will give you the small description about the command like what the ls will do. Okay, this is the directory contents. This is the commands you can just see, and you can just get the help from them. Okay, in order to execute the commands whenever you did not whenever the internet is not available in your environment, you can just type the man and help command and -help. Okay, and you can also get from the pinfo command and info command. Okay, so this is how you can get the help from. Okay, and you can also use varies, okay, which will show you the path of the command, and what is, which will explain you the one line description about the command. Okay, this is how, this is the help commands which will help you in knowing about the commands. You identify this, which is input and output and error. Okay, now see, whenever you wanted to give the input, so most of the times you use the keyboard or mouse or any input device such as like the scratching pad or something like that. Okay, so but I wanted to give the input from any of the files. Okay, so which is there something written in the files, you can also give using that. Okay, just cat, and this one we call it as a stood in, stood out and stood error. Okay, so stood in will call it as using the identify as a 0 and this symbol, and stood out, okay, in will calculate as a 0 and out will calculate as a numeric number 1 and the symbol. Okay, and error it will be shown as a number 2. Okay, there is no symbol for this. Okay, stood in, stood out and error will be calculated and identified by the terminal like 0, 1 and 2. Okay, how it will be, so whenever I execute this, so the state is 0, then the command is executed successfully. Okay, let's see the example. Okay, here my file I am just executing in a command. The command is executed successfully. Now if you wanted to see the status of this command, you can just use echo $? In the sense you got a 0, in the sense the command is succeeded. Okay, when I am typing there is no file actually ll, but I am just giving this. I'm saying that no such a file or directory. In the sense the command is not run successfully. Now let's see here, it came as a 1. In the sense the command is not run it successfully. That's why it's giving an error or the command error. So this is how whenever you execute a command, the command executed status will be calculated 0 and 1. Okay, in the sense the 0 is it's executed successfully, the 1 is not executed successfully. Okay, Now when I wanted to give the input to the terminal, you can just use this symbol, okay, and you can just give the input to the terminal. Okay, that's how I have given the terminal to this. But in order to, I wanted to see, whenever I type the lsf&l command, it is giving an output in the terminal, but I don't want this output in the terminal, but I wanted to store this output to be in one of the file. Okay, you can also do that. Okay, ls-l and just redirecting to the ll-l. Okay, this is the file which I am redirecting the output of the terminal output to this file. See, now I did not get any output. So what is the output in this file is stored is same what we get here, the same will be stored here. Let's see here. Okay, see, okay, this is how the input and output will be redirected. Okay, whenever you're giving this symbol, using this symbol, the input will be given to the terminal, and whenever you use this one, okay, the output will be stored to the what is the file is redirected to that. Okay, when you redirect to the file, so what it will do is say that when there is no file, it will be created. Okay, so when you use that direction, okay, how we can identify the error? Okay, let's take an example, like I'm just logging to this one and I'm just adding user add. Okay, so here that tech, I wanted to add this user. Okay, but in order, this is permission denied is an error, because this user does not have any permissions to run the permission to add this user into the Linux server. Okay, that's how it's giving an error. So I don't want it to show into the terminal, just I wanted to store this error to the any one of the file. Okay, how you can do that? Okay, so I'm using the same command, and you have to use the to and redirect it to the error. Okay, now see that error file got this one, but whenever you type this one ls-l, I'm getting this file. Okay, so ls-l, and I'm redirecting this to the error file. But what is the output now into the error file? Because nothing, in the sense there is no error is stored into that error file, because there is no error came. Okay, now see that the command is executed successfully. Okay, echo $, echo $, so the command got executed successfully. That's why we did not get any error. Okay, so whenever you get an error, suppose say user add, okay, tech, okay, you got an error. So whenever you see this, you got something number, okay, 126. This number is an error number. Okay, that's how the, if I wanted to redirect a error and output and everything to the file, okay, how we can do that is, okay, any command you can use, and 2 and 1 to be redirected to the tech. This is how redirection, and 2 and 1. Okay, so this is how the file will be redirected, all errors and everything will be redirected to that file. Okay, so this is about the redirection of the files and how the stood in and stood out and stood error will be worked. Okay, so basically this cat command we use to concurrent the files and print the standard output of it. Okay, in the sense we can just show the, like we can just if you want to see the file content, then you can use just cat and the file name. Okay, so in that way, like you can use the cd command. Okay, how the you can execute the commands in the this one is just execute the command and option. Okay, then arguments. Okay, this is how we execute the commands in Linux. Okay, now see, basically if I wanted to see if we wanted to create a file using the cat, just use cat and greater than symbol, mention the file name. Okay, in this cat command example. Okay, just I wanted to see this, just I wanted to create cat command example file with .txt extension. Okay, now I wanted to add the data to this file. Okay, this is a cat command tutorial session. Okay, now you'll see that's it. Just press Ctrl D. Okay, here you have to press Ctrl D. Okay, Ctrl D. Then now the file is saved. Just I wanted to see that file is saved or not. Okay, as it saved, see what is the data you have to write into that file. It is showing as it is. Okay, now if I wanted to append the file, since I have the two lines here, which is one empty line and two lines here, just I wanted to add few more lines to it. Okay, just use cat double greater than and provide the file name. Okay, then enter and add the files. Okay, just I wanted to add, this is the fourth line of this file. Okay, I wanted to give some spaces here. This is 10th line of this example file. Okay, now press Ctrl D and see that it is got appended or not. See, okay, it got appended with the files. Okay, appended with the lines, whatever the lines we have added to the file. Now I wanted to see the content of it. You can just type cat and less than symbol and the example file. What is the file name you wanted to you have, and it will show you the content of it. Okay, now I wanted to see what is the number of the lines. Okay, number of the lines of the cat output. Okay, whenever it is giving the cat output to me, okay, just I wanted to see this with the numbering. Okay, you can just go ahead and cat -b. Okay, then provide the file name. It will give you the numbering of the files. Okay, numbering of the line, in the sense whatever the how many numbers I have, excluding the empty lines, how many numbers I have, it will give you the numbers to it. Okay, now I wanted to add any dollar to the end of the every line. You can just use cat -E and provide the file name. Okay, now it's see, you can just, it's adding the every dollar symbol to the line ending. Okay, now as of now I see that cat can give you the numbers to the lines. Okay, but it is excluding the empty ones. Okay, but I wanted to add I wanted to count every line which is empty also. Okay, you can just give cat -n and provide the file name. Now let's see, it's giving you the all the things. Okay, let's see here. Okay, what is the 9 numbers I have? Okay, it's giving the all the things. In this I wanted to see I wanted to exclude the spaces. Okay, how we can do that? Let's see. Excluding the spaces, we can just use a cat -s. Okay, now let's see what is our file content. Okay, well, file content we have now 9 lines. Okay, in this I wanted to remove these spaces. Okay, and it will not remove the every space, it will just give you it will just keep one space and remaining space it will remove. Okay, using -s. Okay, it will remove the space. See here. Okay, I left only 2 spaces, but where I was having the 4 spaces in between these 2 lines. Okay, now you see I have only these lines. Okay, instead of you can just count it, you can use -s -n and the cat. It will give you the 6 lines. In this 3 lines it will be excluded from the output. Okay, now I wanted to see the cat version. What is the version we are using currently? Just use cat -version. Okay, cat version we are using this one, version 3. Okay, which is written by the Robojan, this Richard. Okay, this guy, this. Okay, this is about the cat command. Okay, if you wanted to see the cat content, you can just use cat, and you can just wanted to create any other file. Okay, you can just use this cat greater than symbol and write some text to 8 and press Ctrl D, and again if you want to see the file content of 8. If you want to update, you can just cat use double greater than and file name and add some content to 8. Okay, and press Ctrl D, and you can again see the what is the data is appended to it. Okay, now I wanted to see the empty the file. Okay, I wanted to erase all the content on the file. You can still do that using the cat command. Okay, now and you can just see what is this file I wanted to do as an empty one. Okay, now press Ctrl D, just it. You can see there's no content. Okay, this way also you can use the cat command. Okay, this is all about the cat command. Okay, like basically the cd command is used to change directory. Okay, change directory. This is the changing the directory from one directory to another directory, one directory to another directory. So we'll use the change directory cd command. Okay, pwd is used to check the present working directory. Suppose when you have changed the directories, but sometimes you wanted to verify that where I am. Okay, where is which directory currently I am working. Okay, just pwd is used to that to check the present working directory. History is the command like where you can use to just fetch your executed commands history, like how many commands you have executed in your terminal and how many commands you can just executed, that you can verify using the history command. Okay, so now just see that cd, and I wanted to go to the dir1 is the directory. I wanted to change that, and you can just go enter the cd followed by the directory name, and now I'm into the /root/directory1. Okay, now if you wanted to go to the here, you can also verify that. Okay, cd Ravi, where I'm at cd /root/dir/Ravi. Okay, I wanted to go back one step. You can just use cd ... You can just go back to the one step back. Okay, if I wanted to go back previous whatever the directory I have come back from, I wanted to go back to the previous directory, you can just use -. Now I changed to I went to my previous directory which I came from. Okay, now I wanted to go back 2 steps, go back from my directory to directly I wanted to just go to the / directory root directory. Okay, one step back, okay, and second step back, okay. That's it. Where I am now, I am into the slash root directory. Okay, if you wanted to change at a time a multiple directories, okay, now I wanted to go to the root directory and here directory 1 and Ravi, and in that I have one more directory. Okay, at a time you can change multiple directories using the cd command, and you can just go to the all the directories at a time. Okay, here you can just use the pwd to check your where are your present working directory. Okay, so now whatever the commands I have executed, I wanted to just to see that. Okay, you can just use history command. Okay, so in this history command there is a trick that if I wanted to execute, okay, if I wanted to execute this command, okay, just you can just specify the exclamatory and followed by that command number, serial number, okay, then that command will be executed here. Okay, if you wanted to execute the last command, whatever the command you executed, just mention the two exclamatories. Now it will be last command, whatever the command you executed, it will be executed again. Okay, if you wanted to execute the from the bottom of the your history, suppose say from bottom of your history from here to up, so whatever the matches spellings, so it will execute whatever the matches two characters will be executed when I type exclamatory cl, in the sense which is the directory, which is the the command is matching here, clear is matching, so now it will execute the clear command. Okay, so if you wanted to clear, I don't want to, suppose I have executed a lot of commands but I don't want to see this history, you can just erase the history using the history -c command. Now if I execute the history command, so I cannot able to see any history here. Okay, now you can see that 3 commands only. In that I wanted to see, so I just wanted to execute few of the commands. Okay, like here and cd. Okay, now I have executed few of the commands and see here. Okay, few of the commands I have executed. Just I wanted to execute this command. Okay, from the bottom I can just use ls, so this command will be executed. If I wanted to use this dr1, I am not typing but just I am executing it, followed by the exclamatory, it will execute automatically. So currently executed this, but currently I am into that same directory. It is saying that there is no such a file or directory. Okay, this is the way you can just use the cd command, pwd command, history command, and also you can use most of the times clear command, which is used to clear the screen. Okay, I have come back here, and if I wanted to clear all the things just using the clear command, you can just clear your things. Okay, how to copy the files. Okay, how to copy the files and how to delete the files. Okay, how to delete the files using the rm command, and how to delete the files and directories using the rmdir command. And we are going to see the how to move files from one location to another location and renaming the files. Okay, what is the options we have to use when you are going to see when you are going to use a copy command. Okay, what is the rm command, how to delete the files and how to delete the directories and how to move the files and rename the files. Okay, in this session we are going to see these commands. Now you see copy is used to copy the files. Okay, cp is the command where you have to copying the files and directories from source to destination. Okay, whatever it is, source to destination, we have to copying the files from one location to another location, we use the cp command. Okay, here I have the dir1 dir directory. This is our destination. Okay, now I wanted to copy the file a to dir1. You can just use a, copy a to dir1. Okay, you can also copy the multiple files at a time. Okay, you can just go to this directory and see whether your file is exist or not. Okay, a file is copied. Now I wanted to copy a multiple files from this source to destination. Okay, you can use cp a, b, c and Ravi file to be copied to the dir1. Okay, now it is saying that the file is already exist. Do you want me to overwrite or not? Okay, I say that yes. Okay, it's overwritten. Now see that go to that directory and let's see our files are exist or not. Okay, if you observe this here, okay, whatever the files you copied and whatever the files it is there under the directory, okay, that present directory and here, okay, let's see that present directory which is copied one and the original files here. Okay, now if you see the difference, what is the difference here? Okay, here a file is created on January 13th and 2246. Okay, it has rewrite and read only permissions, and it is the ownership is root and the file size is 2862 bits. Okay, now if you see here, these permissions and everything is up to here, it is same, but whenever you see here, okay, January 13th 1658, the time is changed. Okay, so I wanted to say that I wanted to copy the files, but I don't wanted to change these attributes of the files. Okay, I wanted to preserve the files from source to destination. Okay, let's see this, how we can preserve the permissions and everything, timestamp and everything to the destination directory. Okay, let's delete the files from the destination. Okay, now I wanted to delete all the files. Okay, you can use the rm command, rm-f abc. Okay, and Ravi also I wanted to delete. Okay, it's already deleted. I don't. Now I wanted to copy the files, but the same timestamp should be and everything should be as it is as a source. Okay, in order to keep our preserved timestamp and the attributes of the file, you can just use -p to preserve the timestamp and its related attributes from source to destination. Okay, now okay, it is copied. Now let's see what is the information, okay, from the a, okay, which is in the source file, and I want it from the dir1 as well. Okay, now see here, if you cleanly observe here, the timestamp, whatever the timestamp you have copied from the source, okay, source I have Jan 13 and 1658, the file name is a. The destination also has Jan 13 1658 and a. Not only these, okay, not only these files, not only these timestamp and this one, but the everything attributes whatever these file has, source file has, the destination file also will have the same attributes as it is when you use -p option. Okay, preserve the attributes as it is. Okay, now I wanted to now copying, whenever you copying, just to see that -v, giving the -v option, it will say that it will give you the Verboros in the sense the file is successfully copied or not. It will give you the status of it. Okay, now this scenario is that I don't want it to create a file. Okay, but I wanted to create a I wanted to create a attributes. I wanted to copy the attributes of my file to the destination. Okay, so I don't wanted to create the file, but I wanted to access my attributes to the destination file. Okay, in order to do that, you can just use copy hyphen attributes hyphen only and provide the source file name and provide the destination file name. Okay, something test, I think, yeah. So these file attributes will be copied to the destination file. Okay, here. Yes. Now you can see that ls a file and test file. See this? Okay. So it's okay. It's only attributes I have copied. Okay. Now I wanted to say that just I wanted to copy the file, but when I copy the file to the destination, it should ask me the confirmation. Okay. Now when I am copying here, just you can use the -i to show the confirmation when I am copying to the destination. Okay, source file is A and the destination directory is dir1. Okay, now hit enter. So it should ask you the confirmation when you are saying that it should override the permissions. Okay, this is the option you can use to copy the file and it will ask you the confirmation. Okay, now I wanted to copy the directory from one directory to other directory. Okay, let's see this. I wanted to copy this directory to directory 1. Okay, what is the option you can use here? Okay, just copy. I am saying that dir2 to dir1, but it's saying that it is omitting directory, so you cannot able to copy what it is saying. So most of the times we will get this error. So whenever you forgot your option, like this is the error you will get when you are copying the directories from one directory to other directory. Here you cannot directly copy it, you have to use a option. Okay, capital RV. So V for Verboros and capital R for the recursively copying the copying the files, copying the directory from one directory to another directory. Okay, now I am copying dir2 to dir1. Okay, now it's copied. You can just go to the dir1 and see here dir2 is exist. Okay, this is the way you can use the copying the files from one source to destination. And another way, so I wanted to say one more thing here is dir1. So my file is exist, a file is exist, which is updated Jan 13 and 2053. Now it is 55. So just I am updating the data, some data, test data to the a file. Okay, now I wanted to update this. Okay, the data, whatever the existing data to the destination file. Okay, you can use u option. Okay, now call the directory 1 and hit enter. What it will do is it will only copy the existing data, updated data to the destination. Okay, now this will update the destination directory. Okay, now I want to show you that we can use the rmdir. I wanted to delete the directories. Okay, you can use rmdir to delete the directories, but rmdir only works whenever the directory is empty. Okay, now my directory does not empty. Now I am using the option rmdir. What? Oh, it's deleted. I think it's empty. Now this one is not empty file, not empty directory. Okay, dir1. See here what it's saying, that fail to remove the directory, it's not empty. Okay, which is not empty directory, which will not deleted by the rmdir command. Okay, whenever you wanted to delete a file, okay, rm is the command and followed by the file name, you can just delete it. Okay, it will ask you for the confirmation you wanted to delete or not. But when I wanted to delete a file, but I don't wanted to ask you the confirmation, forcefully delete your files, you can use rm-f. Okay, it will not ask you any confirmation while deleting the file. Okay, b, I wanted to delete b. Okay, now there is no b. Okay, in this way you can delete it. But if you want to delete the directory, I have to use -r option to delete the directory. Okay, so just I am making one more directory to delete. Ar is my directory. Just rm, you can say that -f dir. It's saying that cannot delete. It is a directory, you cannot delete it. Okay, what you have to do is, in order to delete your directory, you have to use -r. Okay, then you can say that it will delete it will not ask you for any confirmation and it will delete the directory. Okay, now I wanted to move some files. Okay, I don't wanted to copy the files, I just wanted to move the files from one directory to other directory. Okay, so you can just use mv command. Me is the command. You can just move the files to directory. Okay, let's now see that in this directory the file is copied or not. Okay, this is moved to here. But the same mv command can be used to rename your files. Okay, if you give the file name and the destination file name, so another file name, it will rename the file name. Okay, it will not move. If you give file name and directory name, it will move to that directory, but if you give the file name and the new name, it will rename to that. Okay, so mv, and I wanted to change to rkit. Now see here, there is no Ravi file, it is renamed as rkit. Okay, this is the way we have to use a copy. Okay, and rmdir command, rm command, and mv command. Okay, the copy command is, we can use the options called copy source and destination, -f to force, -p to preserve the timestamp and its attributes. And one more thing, if you wanted to create a hard link, instead of copying the files from one file to another file, you can just use the -l, so which will create a hard link to the destination. Okay, hard link in the sense, whatever the file you update here, the destination file also will get updated automatically. Okay, so it's a black level hard link. Okay, see here the file is there. okay, which is called as a link file, which is not -l will link the file. Okay, so if you see this, this file data. Okay, now I am not updating into this directory, but I am updating to the existing file, source file, so the destination also will automatically update. Okay, so echo, just I am adding one more testing data to this file here, kit. Now go and see that destination is updated or not. Okay, see here, destination file is updated. Now source file, you can see that source file also gets updated or not. Okay, both the files are updated. This is the hard link will work like this, like whenever you update the source file, the destination file will also get updated automatically. Okay, this is the option you can use when you don't want to copy the files, but whenever you delete these files, source file, but this destination file is still exist. Touch is used to create the files. Okay, just now I just created the file called, okay, and the file is not yet created. Okay, touch, and just I want to make a sample file with .txt extension. Okay, you can go ahead and see that the file got created. Okay, here the file got created. Okay, now see, we have created the file, but I wanted to create any multiple files. Okay, in place I wanted to see, okay, as I said, it will create an empty file, right? See, this is created the file with the 0 bytes. Okay, there is no size for this. Okay, in the sense it's the 0 byte file. Okay, if I wanted to create any multiple files, okay, you can just also create using the touch command by mentioning the file names like abcd. Okay, whatever the file names, if I wanted to see that, like r.t.txt or u.doc. Okay, these all the files will be created at a time. Okay, now see, a created and b created, c created, d created, and t.txt also created, and u.doc also get created. Okay, now you can just see that, okay, these are the files got created using the touch command. Now I have a requirement that I wanted to create multiple files, like I wanted to create 100 of files with using the touch command. So basically what you have to do is just touch and go ahead with the whatever the files name I wanted to get, suppose say t.1.txt, t.2.txt. okay, like this I wanted to create the 100 files, but at a time you wanted to type the t1, t2, t3, t4, t5, t6 like that. So up to 100 that is not required. Here we can just create a t.t1 to t100.txt files using the single command. Okay, just I wanted to create 100 files with the t1 to t100. Okay, you can just use the touch command followed by the braces and one dot dot and mention the number of files you wanted to create with the extension .txt. Here, now see, I got the text files got created from t1 to t100. You can just see that t100 get created and t1 also get created, t10, t20. okay, these all the files get created by touch command. With a single touch command we can create the multiple files. Okay, now if I want to run the touch command but I don't want to create any files, okay, this requirement you can just run the touch command but it will not create any files using -c. See here, I wanted to see like test dot txt is my file. Okay, there is no test.txt files in this one. Okay, just I just wanted to say that test.txt file. Okay, here see there is no test.txt file is got created. Okay, now in this scenario why C is used. Okay, now I wanted to modify a particular file timestamp. Suppose say I wanted to see that like this file timestamp. Okay, okay, here the timestamp is January 9th. Okay, is we are able to see that. Okay, I wanted to see the full file stats of this file. Okay, you can just see that 2016 and January 9th and 23:44 the file got created with the time zone plus 5:30. Okay, now just I wanted to make some data changes or the file date changes to this. Okay, you can just say that touch-c. Okay, so just I will see if any other file is exist with the start. Okay, here I have one more file. This file I use for this example. Okay, that file we will use for another example. Okay, now this is created with the 2016 10th. Okay, now what is the date here? 15/17, but this time is 15/25. Okay, now I wanted to change this axis and modify and change time to current time. Okay, you can just use touch-c and mention the Ravi Kumar file. This will not create any file, but it will change you the date and time and access time, modify time and change time of that file. Okay, now see here, this is the file which is there in the 2016 110 and 15/25, but this file get modified in the sense the file I did not created yet, but the same file is modified axis, modify and change time to the 15:48. Okay, this is the change we can do using the -c. Okay, now I don't want to change the all the details like the axis change and modify, but I wanted to change only the access file time to the current timestamp. Okay, you can just use it touch-a. Okay, before that we will see that what is the timestamp for this file. Okay, this file is there created and accessed yesterday like 9th January. Now I wanted to change the access time only. Okay, see here and just execute the -a. Now see access timestamp, which is change it to 2016 10. Okay, so this is, but this is exact as it is yesterday time, so this is not yet changed. Okay, this is also get changed, but now I wanted to change the modified timestamp, okay, to the current timestamp. You can use just -touch-m and the file name. Now see the stat of this file. See, this is 9th and this is 10th to current timestamp is changed. Now there is a requirement. I wanted to create a file with the specific timestamp. Okay, most of the time this will be used for developers can use the purpose. Okay, actually touch can be used with the -t command in order to create the with the specified timestamp. Okay, how the command will be is cc and yy and mmdd hours, minutes, seconds. Okay, this is the example we have to use to and file name. So if I wanted to create a particular file with a particular timestamp, you can just use the above things. Okay, what is this cc and cc in the sense year first numbers. In 2016 20 is the first numbers, and here what is the current year 2016, you can give 2016 here, and month, what is the month I wanted to create? The month is like the January. Date, what is the date? 20 hours, what is the hours you wanted to create? 10 hours 11 minutes and some seconds. Okay, and the file name. Okay, now see, I wanted to create a particular file called touch-t 2039. Okay, 2039, and the month I wanted to create like 11 month, in the sense November month, and date would be 22, and hours will be 10 hours and 10 minutes and 9 seconds. Okay, this is called a 2038 file. Just I'm giving that name. Now see that file get created with the 2088 date or not. You can just see that exist and modified and date. Okay, 2038. So you can get, okay, here you cannot able to see that, but November 22 2039, see. Okay, the file get created with that timestamp, but I wanted to change the timestamp to the current. Okay, what is the command you can just use? You can just use -c command. Okay, you can just bring back that timestamp back to the current timestamp. Okay, -t also you can just use for that file. Now 2038, sorry, okay, -ld, sorry, 2038, and see that now the date is changed to Jan 10. Okay, now there is a requirement. I wanted to create two files with a 40 seconds difference. Okay, I wanted to create a files with 40 seconds difference in between the files. Okay, just in order to make that touch. Okay, and I wanted to create first of all file 1 and 40 seconds difference, and file 2. Okay, file 1 will be created first and file 2 will be created next, in between a 40 seconds time period. Okay, now let's see that I wanted to create the two files with the, suppose I have the let's see that let's delete all the T files. Now see this file we have. Okay, here I have the 2010 with between the 1549. Okay, now the time is 1555. So I wanted to create I wanted to use this timestamp to my current file. What is the file I wanted to create? I wanted to use that same timestamp to be exist to my created file. Okay, just I wanted to make that touch file name and followed by the option R, and mention the current file. Just I wanted to create that capital RKIT.txt file. Okay, now see here, filled it. Okay, I think I have given in the different format. Now the file get created. Okay, let's see that start of the Ravi file, and start the get file. Now see, okay, here access date, access modify and change date will be 1549, and here also the same date and same thing is exist except the change date. Okay, now what is the time here is 1556, but here just created the time called 1549. Okay, this way also you can use the same timestamp to the created files, and you can go ahead and create it. Okay, in order to, you can also use the -d option to create the file with a specific timestamp. You can use like this. Okay, d 2090 -12th month and 13th date, and 10 hours 12 minutes 12 seconds, and fraction of seconds should be 9 zeros, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and mention the time zone. I wanted to create with the place time 5:30, and here I wanted to give the test time file. Okay, now see here, test time file will be created using the date December 39 2019. Okay, here we have the few more things. Suppose I wanted to list which is starting with the ABC. Okay, now how can I do that? Okay, we have the here one more things. Okay, you can just list out here. Okay, which are listing me that ABC. Okay, which are the characters starting with the ABC. Okay, so this is the one of the options. We can just see that if I wanted to list out the all the things from A to Z. Okay, you can also do that using the A to Z, and okay, so all the ones which are starting from the A to Z which is printed. Okay, the same way, if I wanted to print the only files which are starting with the numbers, okay, you can just use 0-9 and place the star. So it's just starting with the numbers. Okay, 1 and 2 which is printed here. Okay, now suppose say I wanted to print a files which are in uppercase. Okay, this before what we do is just LSF&L and capital A we did. Okay, but I don't want this. Just I wanted to print all the files which are starting with the upper characters. Okay, now in this I have only few files. Just I will create 2 more files. Okay, let's see here. Okay, just I am listing the, in this you have to provide the 2 brackets and provide the in the bracket upper and with the colon and place the star after that. Okay, now what it is doing this, so now it's printing the all the starting all the files which are starting with the upper characters. In order to do the same, just I wanted to print all the files which are starting with the lowercase. You can just use the lower. Okay, now here see the uppercase files is excluded from the display. Okay, now the same way, and now I wanted to print a files which are starting with the digits. Okay, let's see that how many files we have in this. So like 1 2 files only we have here which are starting with the numbers. Okay, just so that's okay. These are the files it should be listed when I giving this. Okay, in order to do that, just give the digit and with the colon and star. That's it. Okay, what is the 2 3 files we are having, that which are starting with the digits and ending with the some other characters. Okay, whatever it may be the end of the things. So now just I don't wanted to see like which are starting with the digits, so just I excluding that, I wanted to print the other things. Okay, you can just use the exclamatory, which is the not. Okay, in the sense which are not starting with the numbers, digits. Okay, which is not printed here. Let's see. Okay, exclamatory is the mark which is not, which says that which does not contain the digits first character, then it will print the files. Okay, now let's see this. Just I wanted to print all the files alpha in the sense alpha numeric file, alpha files, not numeric files, only alpha. Okay, which are starting with the A B C D E F G up to Z. Okay, which may be upper character, which may be lower character, anything. Okay, now suppose say in the same way, just I wanted to print the alpha ones as well as the numeric ones. Okay, which is starting with the digits and which is starting with the character. Okay, let's see is how it goes. Okay, ALNUM is the wildcard query. Then you can just see here, which will print all the things. See, which is starting with the digits and which is starting with the characters, which are printed. All the things are printed here. Okay, this is about the wildcard characters, like the which you can use the multiple ways. Okay, if I wanted to print only the upper characters, you can print upper characters. If you wanted to print only lower characters, you can print the lower characters. Okay, like if I wanted to print a to G, okay, you can also print that A to G. Just I wanted to print what are the files are there. See here. Okay, which are printed, which is lower characters and upper characters, which include the A to G. Okay, see here, this is coming because of in the directory we have these files, which is the directory which is starting with the D. That's why these files are coming. Okay, like see here, this is the way you can just use the wildcard characters in place of if you wanted to print something. Okay, so this is the few examples. You can do lot many things. Also, just I wanted to see some of the things. Okay, like ls-l. Okay, when this is I wanted to run in the background, and suppose say echo ls command ls is executed. Okay, what it means that whenever you executing the command, if the command is succeeded, then what it will do is it will execute the next command until unless first command is not completed, the next level of the command will not be executed. Okay, let's see here. Okay, now the command is correct, that's why it's printing the next one. Okay, now let's see here. Just I wanted to see here the ls-l command is not printed, so it is not printing the another command. In order to do the same things, but I wanted to print the if first command fails also, I wanted to print the next command. Okay, you can just do this ls command. No, just on a testing. Okay, now see here, the ls command is not printed, but echo command is printed. So multiple files you can just do that. Okay, now just I wanted to run the date and the calendar. I wanted to run the calendar of the first month. Now see here. Okay, multiple things have been done. Okay, now see this date echo, sorry, just first I will do is today date is, okay, date, not it, okay, it's running right. The same way, if you wanted to print in the same line, you can just use the -n option. Now it is printing. See, today date is, I just have to give this some colon, okay, some space. Now see here, today date is the date. Okay, this way also you can print, you can use the multiple commands to execute in the same single line. You can use the semicolon if you wanted to do the first command. If the first command is executed successfully, then execute the next command. You can use the and you can also use the or. Okay, suppose say date and print call. So if today's, then testing. Now see what it is printed. This date and calendar is printed because these symbols, 5 symbols, what it will do is whenever this command is failed, then it will execute these commands. Okay, let's see the same example here. Just I'm screwing up this date, okay, in order to execute the next command. Okay, testing. Now see what it's printed. It's saying that this date command is not found, and I'm able to see the, let's see in a different way. Is the command is right? Okay, now see here. Okay, but if you wanted to see that if date is executed, then the next statement will not execute when you use the or. Okay, see, it means says that in this, when you are using the and symbol, which is say that first command is executed successfully, then execute the next command. But here that if this command is not executed successfully, then execute this command. Wildcards. Wildcard is a symbol, okay, which represent one or more characters. Okay, which means that whenever in place of the character we are going to use a symbols. Okay, those symbols will replace a characters with one, or which symbol will replace one character, which symbol will replace multiple characters. Okay, suppose a question mark is represent single character. Okay, represent or matches single character. Okay, the same way star represent or matches multiple characters. Okay, this is the two wildcards we are going to see in these examples. Okay, now let's see. I have the files, okay, which are most of the files I have in different way, like some of the characters will start with A, some of the characters start with the capital A, and some of the characters will start with the Z and numbers. Okay, now how we can replace these characters in place using the question mark symbol and as well as the star mark symbol. Okay, when I am typing the ls, so just I wanted to list all the files which are starting with A. Okay, so when I'm not typing all the files which are starting with the A, but I'm replacing all the multiple characters using the A. See now, okay, which are starting with the small a, so which are already printed. Okay, suppose if I wanted to list out A, start with the capital A. Okay, So this is how the wildcard star will be used. Okay, so then how the uh, question mark wild character we can use it. Okay, so suppose I wanted to list out the file which having the start with the A and end with the one more character, okay, which is having the basically A and other character, okay, which may be the number, which may be the character. Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, what is there? So A1. So basically in our list of files we don't have any other files which is having the two characters and which start with the A, which we have only one, which is A1, which is printed. Okay, now I just wanted to print few of the files. Okay, suppose I wanted to print I wanted to list out the files which are start with the C and end with the two characters. Okay, let's see cat. In this situation we have the cat is the file name which is having the three characters. Okay, and start with the C. Okay, now let's see one more example. In this case just I wanted to see which are starting with the character, or in this example I wanted to say numbers. Okay, just I will say here in place of which is starting with the number 1 and having the three characters including the 1, so which should be listed. Okay, like this way you can do much than much here. Okay, if I wanted to see like the file, okay, file 01 file and difference I have, but in this I wanted to list down all the files. Okay, suppose say ls-l file star. Now see I have listed 3 files, but I have here also one file which is starting with the different character. Okay, in this case we can just use of the multiple wildcards. Okay, now see here it will print the 4 files. Okay, because this wildcard will replace the question mark wildcard will replace the single character, and with the star is replacing the multiple characters. Okay, in this way you can also use the different commands. So just I wanted to copy the all the things like the which is starting with the F and ending in the some things. Okay, to the directory 1. Now go to the directory 1 and just list out the files. Okay, the files are copied here. Okay, if I wanted to remove the files using the same wildcards, you can just remove it. Okay, it's done. Okay, with the type of the different commands also you can use these two wildcards. Okay, this is how the question mark and star we can use it out.
Please follow us on social networking sites. One is Facebook. The Facebook page name is @linuxarkit. You can click on this button here and click like page so that you can follow us on Facebook. The next one is Instagram. Instagram page name is arkit.co.in. Click on follow button to follow me. And Twitter, if you have any questions on subject line, or if you have anything, you can just tweet me at @ravikumar48. So I will reply you most on the tweet back. For anything related, if you want the latest articles on my website, so here is my website details and email address details. You can reach me over here.